And Jason, I understand you have some breaking news.
Yeah, that's right. We've just, it's actually come from the BBC because it is a letter from a lawyer to the BBC, a lawyer who represents the person at the centre of these allegations, the young person at the centre of these allegations, who claims that what was printed in the Sun newspaper was rubbish. The claims by their mother were untrue. The lawyer says in the letter, and I'm quoting this from the BBC, for the avoidance of doubt, nothing inappropriate, unlawful has taken place between our client and the BBC personality, and the allegations reported in the Sun newspaper are rubbish. The BBC says it doesn't know the identity of the young person and hasn't spoken directly to them. So this is a letter that's come to the BBC. It's just been reported on their channel that is the situation. And that is obviously throwing a massive amount of attention, therefore, in the direction of the Sun newspaper to see exactly what evidence they were provided to substantiate the claims that they have made. It's also off the back of what we heard there from Sadia, a meeting with the BBC and the police, after which the BBC had said, the Scotland Yard had said, we're not launching an investigation at this stage. They were still in the evidence gathering process. And we were talking about this only last hour, weren't we, Mark, saying, well, who will they talk to? The person they'd want to talk to is of course, the young person at the centre of this. And it now seems that the young person at the centre of this is saying, well, it didn't happen. So that would seem that an investigation would be pretty short-lived, unless, of course, the Sun have some substantial evidence that it did happen.
So, I mean, what we're getting to here is some detail on all this now, and perhaps a reason why it's taken the BBC a little while to get to the heart of this and to respond to this. But this was not expected, I assume.
Well, no, and let's be clear. I think that what the BBC is saying is this is very new information. So they have only just had this letter, although they do seem to suggest. It says that the young person sent the denial to the Sun newspaper on Friday evening. So obviously the Sun have continued to publish articles around this story. And certainly not mentioned the fact that the young person at the centre of it has denied it. But apparently, according to this article, it says that Sun was told, in quotes, there was no truth to it. So really, I think the focus now is on those allegations. So we haven't been able to contact the Sun yet for their response to this. I should make that very clear. The Sun may well have their own response to this, what is now being said by the BBC, but it is almost these two media organisations with different accounts of this story, with one very significant and unidentified individual at the centre of it, a BBC personality, where this new information has come to light to the BBC via a lawyer representing the young person at the centre of the allegations, and that lawyer making it clear that the young person believes that those allegations didn't happen.